You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started. What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here, reporting from Radio Central. Now, this very thirst-quenching article was sent to me by Tom Steffens, and it was published on the 7th of June. The Great Diamond Glut. Miners stuck with gems worth billions. The coronavirus pandemic has devastated the diamond world. Well. So you guys know where I'm going to go with this. Now, before I go any further, slight tangent. The information is out there on the web, but diamonds are essentially worthless. Now, why is it that diamonds have had their value overly inflated? Well, there's a certain company that I'm going to go into later in this article that targeted female vanity. Yeah. And with certain, ads like, well, an engagement ring should be worth 2 months of your husband's pay or soon to be husband's pay. Yeah. Guess what? Not going to happen. Not anymore. And of course, men of today are now asking themselves, is the modern woman even worthy of a diamond? And that answer should be hell no. Anyway, in one of the world's biggest diamond vaults, hidden inside a nondescript office compound on the dusty outskirts of Botswana's capital, the precious stones keep piling up. Now, of course, we all know that the overwhelming majority of diamonds come from Africa. Owner De Beers, very influential name, which mines and auctions most of its gems in the southern African nation, has barely sold enough rough diamonds since February. Neither has Russian rival Alrosa PJSC. Now, as the coronavirus restrictions that froze the global industry for months began to lift, the unsold diamonds present a dilemma: how to reduce billions of dollars worth of stocks without undermining the nascent recovery. Once again, the De Beers family hoarded all of those diamonds and then overinflated them by doing what? As I stated before, targeting female vanity. And then by proxy, forcing their soon-to-be husbands to spend all that money on those pretty much worthless rocks to quote-unquote prove that he really loves her. They say that diamonds are a girl's best friend. But ironically, in that statement, it shows you just how worthless they are. And I mean both of them, diamonds and the modern woman. Anyway, the pandemic has devastated the diamond world. Jewelry stores closed their doors. India's cutting and polishing artisans were forced to stay home, and De Beers had to cancel its March sale because buyers couldn't travel to view the merchandise. De Beers and Alrosa have moved to defend their market. The miners refused to cut prices, instead allowing buyers unprecedented freedom to renege on contracts to buy stone. They've also reduced productions in an effort to control stock levels. Yet the diamonds keep piling up. That's what you get. The gravy train was eventually going to come to an end. As more men have decided we're not going to go on the plantation, therefore we don't need to spend money to buy worthless gems for women who are eventually going to divorce us anyway. Yeah, engagement rings, wedding rings. No, gentlemen, no. That right there is a big money sink. Now, as we all see, a lot of bridal stores have closed up too. So yeah, and with marriage at the lowest rate that it's ever been in recorded history, yeah, the diamond companies, they're going to be awash. Another casualty of the pandemic. The 5 biggest producers are probably sitting on excess inventories worth about $3.5 billion, according to MGTOW, a specialist advisory firm. The figure could reach $4.5 billion by the end of the year, or about 1/3 of annual rough diamond production. They've tried to restrict rough diamond supply to protect the market and protect value, said MGTOW's partner Anish Agrawal. Pretty sure I butchered that, but I'm going to say that one more again and listen very carefully. They tried to restrict rough diamond supply to protect the market and protect value. What does that tell you, gentlemen? What does that tell you? As I stated before, those diamonds are essentially worthless. Anyway, the question will be, how does this destocking occur? Can miners destock and protect the market? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. After being forced to cancel the March event, De Beers managed to hold a sale in May, but didn't announce the results like it usually does. So you know what that means? They didn't sell enough. According to people familiar with the situation, the sale yielded about $35 million. Last year, that sale was $416 million. Ooh, that is a massive, massive hit. The next big test for the industry comes later this month with De Beers' next sale. The company is going out of its way to attract customers, including by allowing diamond viewings outside of Botswana. Buyers will still be able to refuse goods they've contracted to purchase. De Beers customers, some of whom have been deeply frustrated with some of the company's sale methods in recent years, have welcomed its actions so far. Yet while De Beers and Alrosa have stood firm on pricing, even refusing approaches from customers offering to buy at special terms, smaller diamond producers have dropped their own prices, according to people familiar with the matter. Of course, the smaller companies are going to clean up. If I can get something for less money, guess what? The smart person is going to say, yep, I'm going to take that cheaper product. Junior miners, some of which were fighting for survival even before the pandemic, have been offering steep discounts of as much as 25% in trading centers such as Antwerp, the People said. That could make it tough for the large companies to convince big buyers to come to the table. Of course it will. Diamond miners face a double whammy of weak prices and a sharp decline in sales volumes on a scale reminiscent of the 2008 to 2009 crisis. And we all know how that went down. Pretty much, we were still trying to recover from that. And with this pandemic, oh no, things are going to get a whole lot worse. Societe General analyst, Sergey Donsky said this week, managing supply has been a constant headache for the diamond industry ever since De Beers ended its monopoly. And there you go, gentlemen. There you go. The De Beers company had the monopoly on diamonds. And that's why the prices were so overly inflated. The company spent the early 2000s running down about $5 billion in stock, and industry inventories ballooned during the global financial crisis and again in 2013. Each time, selling down the stockpiles has caused buildups of polished diamonds, putting huge pressure on the cutters, traders, and manufacturers that buy from them. It may be even harder this time around. Those middlemen of the industry were already struggling even before the pandemic, while retail is one of the sectors hardest hit by the virus measures. Of course. As I stated before, so many retailers have pretty much gone into bankruptcy. Alrosa said Friday that its diamond inventories could rise to 30 million carats by the end of the year, roughly the same as its annual production, but didn't give a value. The company said it wants to cut those stocks to 15 million carats in 3 years. Once again, good luck with that. Men are not going to be buying diamonds. The wedding industry is tanking. There are some signs of recovery. Chinese retailers are open again, and India has allowed manufacturing to restart in the key Surat polishing hub, albeit at only 50% of capacity. The main Indian trading offices are allowed 10% of employees on site. Still, manufacturers bought heavily in the first 2 months of the year in anticipation of a recovery in the market. With cutting centers shut for the past 2 months, that inventory is expected to last until July or August. That's left little need to buy now. At this stage, it's hard to speculate on what the recovery curve will look like, said Agarwal. What we're not expecting is an immediate jump back in consumer demand, i.e., the diamond industry is falling flat on its face. Because let's be perfectly honest about something. The overwhelming majority of diamond sales are for what? Weddings. Marriage. Now, we all know, with so many retailers that have pretty much gone belly up, we know that the wedding industry is tanking. Dave's Bridal anyone. So we already know what's going to happen. People are not going to be, scratch that. Men are not going to be buying diamonds anymore. Why? Because the modern woman is unworthy of diamonds. So guess what? It is what it is. Once again, thank God for this pandemic. Thank God for it. So many businesses needed to shut down. Why? Because they were bleeding the everyday man dry by way of the woman. And since more men have decided, you know what? I don't need a woman in my life. Guess what? All of the extra costs, they don't need to pay those either. The maintenance fees, the trying to keep up with the Joneses, all of that's gone. The overwhelming majority of that has fallen flat on its face. And this pandemic has shown enough men, yes, I don't need to hemorrhage money like that anymore. So guess what? I'm cool. These women, on the other hand, they're suffering because all of their objects of vanity have slipped away. It is what it is, ladies. And guess what? Once again, you are to blame. You just didn't know when to stop. You kept trying to upgrade, and guess what? Eventually, every monkey's going to get to that one branch, and there will be no more branches. Oh well, ladies, it is what it is. Well, read the article. Let me know what you guys think. And ladies, the power is still metaphorically out. And as we see right here, with so many female-based retailers, they've gone out right along with it. That's all I got to say for this one. R.P.M. I am